Perfect. Thanks, Rhonda. This is such a special presentation today. And I feel like even, it may not be your own children that you're taking, but there's a lot of people that travel with their nieces and nephews or their grandkids and are just looking for something for the whole family just to do to keep everybody engaged. So yeah, I think that there's lots of opportunities there for traveling with any of the little people in your life that you love. So today, I'm going to tell you a little story about Family Twist and how they got started. So Family Twist, which is one of our, as Paul Travel, one of our preferred companies that we work with. The story of Family Twist started in China. Magali, the owner and founder of Family Twist, used to live in Shanghai many years ago, where she was working for a prestigious travel agency. And one day, a Chinese mother came in and asked her to organize a stay for her and her family in Paris because she wanted her children to study there later. They planned to stay in a luxurious Parisian hotel and also wanted the excursions to be luxurious as well. So Magali, she struggled to find something that was suitable, and that's when the idea was born. Magali then worked in Paris and London in a strategy and consulting company. She soon found out that there were other traveling families who were not satisfied with the activities offered in these very touristic cities as London and Paris. So she concluded that somebody needed to fill the gap. So in 2012, she created Family Twist, a dedicated luxury family travel agency for families wanting to discover Europe without worrying about how to entertain their children. So today, on behalf of Family Twist, we welcome Stan, and he is joining us from the lovely city of Paris, where it is later in the day. And we're just, it's such a joy to have him with us today. So Stan, I will pass it over to you.
Thank you very much, Julie. Thank you very much, Rhonda. What a beautiful introduction. It's really wonderful. Thank you. And thank you very much for the picture behind you. It's just not very far from my home and from our office, but it's always in the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, so jealous.
Yeah, exactly. And what a great story of Family Twist.
Yes, indeed. It's a beautiful story, but those great ideas, they usually come from a struggle, from something that you have faced, and then came the idea. So yes, Family Twist started in 2011. So it will be our 10th year this year in November. So we prepare for the celebration, and we are really happy to have this opportunity today to really present what we do, what we design for families. And thank you for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Great.
So I will start with the just a summary, obviously, with what is Family Twist, and then I will have an introduction to some unique cultural experiences that we have designed for you to have an idea in the different destinations, and we'll leave, as Rhonda said and Julie, a time for Q&A at the end. As you may have understood, we are dedicated to family travel. And I think it's interesting to first tell you what drives us when we design our experiences and when we welcome the families. Because we regularly hear that luxury travel is all about, discovering the unknown, going behind the scenes, all these specific things, unique things. But it is true in a sense, but for families, they really want to see the highlights. They want to see the Eiffel Tower. They want to see the Colosseum or the Sagrada Familia. So what we do is turning those highlights into really memorable moments, luxury moments, so with full comfort for our family, thinking about small details. But we also add unique connections with the local culture, because you cannot understand the culture without experiencing it. So this is what we believe in when we about traveling and when we design our experiences, because family holidays are a huge opportunity first to learn about the destination. So we put a lot of learning in our experiences. You can learn about history, geography, languages, art. So when you travel as a family, or as a young one, you can discover so many things. Then the possibility to disconnect and to reconnect. Both parents today are working, and you don't really spend time all together doing something concrete. So it's a great opportunity to put the smartphone aside from parents' side and from the children's side today, and do something together. Cook your own paella in Barcelona, make your own, I don't know, your own perfume together in Paris, or learn how to row a gondola in Venice. So do something together to reconnect as a family. And in this sense, you will create shared memories. I think we all remember what we have discovered with our families, traveling with our families when we are young ones, when we discovered those countries. And it's also the opportunity to have some distance with your own world, being a conscious citizen. So when you talk to locals, when you discover their culture, their custom, you really understand the differences between people, between citizens and everything. So a good opportunity and to be open-minded. Today, we have about 200 experiences in Europe, and we always design them having our motto, play and learn. So there are so many potentials, and I will describe you the different types. But before that, let me show you where do we operate. As you see in this map, we have 16 different destinations. So the main European capitals, you can see in Paris, where we are coming from. In France, sorry, where we're coming from, we have Paris, Normandy, the Loire Valley. Then going to the south, French Riviera and Provence. Then if you go to the south, you have Barcelona and Madrid in Spain, and a good connection to Lisbon in Portugal. I always say that for the North American people, whether they are in the US or Canada, they may think that there is Europe and Italy. Maybe for Canada, sometimes it's Europe, France, and Italy. So we have Italy is a big one for us. It's our second destination after France. So we have great combinations there with Rome, Florence, and Venice, and adding Naples. Naples means also the Amalfi Coast and Pompeii. And then we have smaller destinations like Vienna in Amsterdam, and obviously London in the UK, and Edinburgh. So you see kind of one-stop shop for family travel with so many possibilities. I will start to tell you about our cultural tools, because we have two types of tools that we design ourselves, so the cultural tour and the hands-on workshops. During a cultural tour, you will be, as a family, together with a private guide. The guides we are working with, they are professional, certified, and we train them in such a way that they are able, or they are, they have the tricks to engage every member of the family. So sometimes we meet, guides, they are able to speak 12 languages, but they are not really happy having families or children, because it's not easy, even if you have young ones or teenagers, who may not be the easiest one to engage. So they are trained, they know how to be at their level, to speak not especially the language, but by the attitude also, and to engage them in any way, to give them something to handle, to be the leader. In many ways, they know how to engage the children. The tours will not last more than 2 hours, 2 hours, 30 minutes, because otherwise, I'm a parent of 4 daughters, and I know that if you do more than 2 or 3 hours, you lose their attention, and you can even lose my own attention, to be honest. So yeah, it's very important to respect the rhythm of the children. And to keep the children engaged, we have designed our own game booklets that you can see in the hands of the children there. So we have treasure hunts, orientation game, observation game, different types of games, because we don't want you to have the same booklet, during all the different tools. So it's really engaging, and at the end, if you find the treasure, you get a surprise gift. So it's also helping to the children to be motivated. They need a reward. They have done their job, so we need to reward them. So that was the cultural tools. And now let me talk about the private hands-on workshops. So the workshop, it's the opportunity to experience the culture of the destination all together in a private place. So there will be no other participants but the family. And we only work with really high skill and passionate art teacher, chef, or artists. They are used to work with locals, and we design the activity with them to be designed for foreigners, obviously English speaking. And so it's a great opportunity to discover how to paint like gold, in Florence, like in the picture here, or to, I was mentioning how to row a gondola in Venice. You can learn how to make tapas, in Barcelona, or there are so many things linked to the culture that you can do all together in a private place. Then we are not limited to our catalog or collection of activities, but we can also think out of the box. You have a special event to feast in Europe, you want a specific birthday or whatever, we are there. We can start from scratch and design a totally unique activity or event for the whole family. We can privatize places. We have privatized the Louvre many times. By the way, this is not a Photoshop, the picture here. So it's a real family enjoying a private visit during 2 hours in the Louvre, and they were on their own. But we can throw in actors also in the Louvre, but also in any of our tools to make it livelier. We had a monk once during our cracking the Da Vinci Code tour in Paris, and he was dressed up as a monk, and he was there to interact with the guide, so it was really fun. We had a family, they were singing their own songs like the Beatles in the Abbey Road studio in London, so you can imagine the family. We had a recording, and there was a vocal coach there who was leading them, and it was fantastic. You could even hear the voice of the young one who was 1 year old, but he was singing. So obviously it was not the perfect harmonies, but you could hear they were smiling and enjoying their time. We had the opportunity also to make some movies for the family, and they were in a Harry Potter teaser, all this kind of thing. So yeah, crazy ideas that we like to brainstorm and yeah, to really have a memorable moment. Then we can also provide accommodations. We have a list of accommodation in each destination that we provide. So we go to the hotel, we make sure that they have the connecting rooms, that they are close to the landmarks, and something special, you know, for the families. Like I know this Chesterfield Mayfair in London. I like them. They have a trolley with a candy man, and he's dressed up with a costume with you know, this white and pink jackets, and also the hat is the same. And he has a trolley full of candies, and when he opens a box, there is smoke going out with the candies. So it's like, you know, making it as a show, making it special for children that love it, and you will always appreciate this special twist that you can have for them. So yeah, be sure that we have selected those hotels that are really family friendly. And we also provide services like chauffeur at disposal, transfers from or to the airports or the railway stations, or restaurant recommendations. So all these small details that make the trip really comfortable for the family, not only the experiences, but all the itinerary in general. This is a short video that was shot in Paris that I'm pleased to share with you. So this will give you an idea of how can be an itinerary with us in Paris. So with transfers, activities, and so on. So I'll leave you with this specific video right now.
What will families remember best of their European vacation? Will it be the sights, the smells, the stories they heard, the new foods they tasted? Which adventure will stay engraved in their minds? Will they tell their friends about their fascinating discoveries? Or about how, for a brief moment, time seemed to stand still? Will they be marked by the destination or by the journey? You can't know for sure what their favorite memory will be, but with Family Twist, you can make sure that their stay will be unforgettable. We will help you design every aspect of their trip, so all they have to do is enjoy the ride. No matter where families are traveling in Europe, the Family Twist team and experienced guides will make them feel right at home. Our exclusive, fun-filled cultural or hands-on activities will keep the children engaged and help create memorable family bonding moments. Because, as a family, there are some things that they will only learn by leaving their homes and experiencing them together.
So that's it. That's Family Twist in general. And now I suggest we go through some of the activities and we travel in the different destinations. And we can start with Rome. By the way, all the pictures that you can see here are taken by a professional photographer during some of our tours. So it's very authentic. So you can imagine being the family that you can see on the picture. So I thought it was important to specify that, and that all the guides are the ones that we are working with. So like in this example, it's Alexandra in Rome that we are working with in showing the Roman Forum to the family. So I will in Rome we have, obviously I will not go through all the different activities, but this is one of the highlights. Obviously every family wants to see the Colosseum, and we have this tour with all the Colosseum only 2 hours, or adding 1 hour exploring the ancient Rome. And it's the picture here is the meeting point. I mentioned that because we always make sure that the meeting point is easy for the family. First of all, this one is accessible for the transfers, for the drivers, if you are driven to the Colosseum. So really easily accessible. And then also it's a good start for the family to have a big overview of the Colosseum before starting the tour, and you can go through the booklet and to see what will be the game, what they will have to reply. In this case, we make sure that we don't go to stereotypes also during the game. So we learn many details, not too many, but like where the different people between their classification socially were situated in the Colosseum, for instance. So you learn many things about how was used this specific building, and then when you go to the Roman Forum, as you know, it's a little bit boring, if I may say so, for the children. The Roman Forum, I mean, I've been there with one of my daughters, and during the first 30 seconds, I immediately saw that it was not something for her, because she didn't want to look at stones everywhere, or nothing. It's really boring for her. So what we did is that we changed that. Instead of a booklet replying to some questions, it's a kind of map where they have to find some places. So it's not that they are just listening to something. It's just they are the leaders, so they have to find their way. So replying to some questions, but it's active. So they are really engaged by this tour, and it's a good way to have them involved. What can I say more? I think, yeah, it's a good idea. We, starting at 6 years old, you will see that regularly for our tours, because you need writing and reading skills because of the booklets. But sometimes you can even have a 4 or 5 years old. You can give him a pen to write something, or to draw something. Sometimes we have wheels to hand and to find some letters, so you can involve them in a different way. And you can also have the teenagers involved, also helping the youngest if they are close together. It depends on each family, but if the children are close together, it's something that you should try at least. And obviously the guide is there to make it happen. A great workshop in Rome. It's a little bit far from home. It's about 30 minutes far from home, but it's really worth it. This is the Become a Gladiator. It's a training camp, and it's one of our favorite activities there. It's made by Alessandro on the left. He's really a historian, a specialist about gladiators. He's indeed creating the clothes himself, so they have designed everything. And so you will learn how the gladiators were living. You will even try to fight as they were fighting, not with real weapons, obviously. So it's very interesting for the whole family. Good introduction, and you can even involve all the parents, because all the family, the parents included, because usually the parents say, "Oh yeah, but we prefer the kids to enjoy it." But I can tell you, at the end, everybody is enjoying, and you can combine with the visit of the Colosseum, so you can learn about the gladiator in the morning, and in the afternoon you can be a gladiator yourself. So it's really great. Then you cannot obviously go to Rome without eating an ice cream, but you can even make your own gelato. So it's a 2 hours workshop, and this gelato class, first of all, is situated in a very charming neighborhood in Trastevere. I don't know if you know Rome, but it's in the left in the left part of Rome. It's in front of the Basilica of Trastevere. It's a very, very nice place. So you have, the windows open to that, and you start creating your own gelato with Paola, who is really a mama, as we may say we can say in Italy. And the thing is that she's not making it, as you can see in the other classes. It's really the real gelato recipe, and she's not using a machine, so you can even reproduce it when you are back at home. So you have the recipe. You cannot eat your own gelato because you need some time, obviously, to freeze. But she always have a lot of different extras and things to taste. So you learn how to make it, and you taste some of the ice cream that have been already made. So everything is there for you. It's a very comfortable place and a nice way to get introduced to the gelato. But we also have pizza or pasta making classes in Rome. Some other very famous cooking in Rome. And now we can go to Venice. So another great view. This is from Borvolo Staircase, which is in one of our tours, the walking tour that we have in Venice. And let me introduce you to the Murano glass making workshop. This is held by Fabio on the right, that you can see here on the pictures. He's a local artist and is specialized in making animals by using the Murano glass. When you are in this workshop, you can see some of his creations, and it's a very nice location because, first of all, it's not far from the city center. It's about 10 minutes far from St. Mark's Square. And when you reach the place, you have a small bridge, and just at the end of the small bridge, you have the door of the workshop. So it's very unique. You enter there like in a hidden place, and then you start your workshop learning about Murano glass. Everything is supplied, even the aprons and everything. So it's a good introduction, and just note that at the end you will not get your own creation because Fabio needs some time to cook your production, which is with some tiles that have been with powder. Sorry for my English, but so it needs some time for cooking. So it will be all delivered to your hotel, or it can be shipped anywhere in the world. To your home, and you will get it when you're back. Then we can go to Florence, staying in Italy, a very nice city because it's easy to walk there. Everything is easy to reach, so you do not really need transfers there. So it's very convenient. We have a Florence food tour, like we have food tours in most of our destinations, but I really like this one. Because it's a tour starting in a nice coffee how do you call that? It's a nice place close to this market, the covered market, and so you start with a coffee and a juice for the children with an introduction with your foodie guide, and then you visit the covered market with there is a pasta factory inside. You will taste some olive oil, cheese and local products also that you will be able to taste. So you will also have some conversations with the people there. So a good connection with the locals. And after the market, you will be directed to an enoteca. It's a kind of local food and wine shop to taste a plate of local ham and cheese, even bruschetta, which is this grilled bread with tomatoes and olive oil and garlic. Really special, and it's nearly the time for me to have dinner. So I don't know for you, but it's hard for me to talk about these really good specialties. You will also have an ice cream. You cannot end without an ice cream. This also, and please note that it's also we have the possibility to adapt also to vegetarians, gluten-free, or if you have any allergy, we can take that into account, and we can customize the tour accordingly. Then we go to Spain, so we cross the Mediterranean Sea and go to Barcelona, where we have the Sagrada Familia in Parguel. I took this tour. I selected this tour for many reasons. First of all, because it's to combine two highlights. So we like that because you first go to the Sagrada Familia, you meet your private guide, you make you see how Gaudi was inspired, because it's really astonishing. And you don't go to the crypt or the towers, but we can really have tickets in addition to that if you want to go there. And then there is a minivan waiting for you to go to the Parc Güell to discover also another place designed by Gaudi. So it's a good combination with this minivan, and we can add an hour or so to go to some other places that Gaudi has designed. So you have your booklet, so all the kids are engaged by this, and they want to go to the different steps. And I also selected this tool because I wanted to show you an example of our booklet. I mean, part of it, just to understand how we designed the booklets. So you see, for this specific tool, you have an introduction with 4 pages about the place and the principal character. In this case, it is Gaudi. And then I took just two pages to show you. So you have questions to find your way. This is an observation game. So you have to find who are these biblical characters, or what were bringing the 3 men. When you look at the sculpture, in this case, it's who are the 3 men, sorry. In this case, these are the 3 wise kings. So you see it's a quite nice design also to combine luxury and expectations from children, which are not so very easy to combine, to be honest. It's challenging, but we find a great way. And at the end, you will see in this blue part, 2 main questions, and they are there to find the secret word. And how to find the secret word, you may ask. So if I take the first question, and I hope that there is no child in front of the screen right now, because you will get the answer. And if they travel, then they will know the answer of this game. But okay, let's go. So among other gifts, what did these 3 men bring? So the reply is gold. So the children will have this wheel in their hands that they can turn. They can turn the center. So they have to put the orange arrow in front of gold, which is the answer, and find what is the corresponding letter in front of the white arrow, which is M. So then they start at the end of the booklet to fill the different spaces, and then put the M there, and at the end they will find the secret word, which is a movement Gaudi was belonging to. So I don't tell you the final answer. So you get a view of how can be designed our booklet. So you can have also orientation games with a map and treasure hunts, all these kind of things. But we always try to add something special, like some material to be added to the booklet. So now we stay in Spain and go to Madrid with this really unique workshop, which is held by passionate artists, which is an introduction to flamenco. It is in 3 parts. So the first part is a dancing lesson of about 45 minutes. Then you have a percussion lesson of 45 minutes also, with playing cajon. You know, this is box that you can sit on and you can tap like this in front of you. Really amazing. And you finish with a private show of about 20 minutes. And there is a professional singer, guitarist, and also what's the last one? A professional dancer. So the 3 of them will make a private show just for you, and you just enjoy that, having in mind just what you have learned. So I really like this activity, because we also work. We try to work with people with having the same values than us. And in this specific case, these partners that we are working with, they are members of a local cultural non-profit organization, and they are really committed to to support the local neighborhood, which is a very old neighborhood of Barcelona, and they want this tradition to be preserved, and so yeah, we really like their commitments to social life and all these kind of things. Then we go to Portugal with just an example in Lisbon, because this is the only destination that we have there, with the Lisbon pastry baking class. I don't know if you have ever heard about pastéis de nata. It's superb. It's really superb. It's too small, into my opinion. So because and then you will learn how to make your own pastéis de nata in a private place. And so you will get an introduction about the origins, because it's really a famous local pastry. So it's really among the it's like the baguette in Paris, more or less. And and it's also important to know that this is an easy one. It's an easy workshop, so you can even have a 3-year-old there, and you will have dirty hands with the sugar or whatever, because they need to have dirty hands. We want the children to have dirty hands and to enjoy and trying the things, experience the things. So you can easily do that with a 3-year-old. And yes, and you will leave with your own box of pastéis de nata, and I think that's the best thing at the end, to enjoy it during the tour, or during a tour, or even at the hotel. Now we go to our place, which is Paris, with just some few examples in the destination, starting with our best of, I would say, the treasure hunt at the Louvre. This is one of our we have so many requests for this specific tour, and this is I can say the first tour that has been designed for families with more or less, because we started with Paris and London, and then step by step expanded to be able to offer several opportunities to the families. So we have 2 versions for this specific tour. We have one for the young ones, I would say from 5, 6 to 10, 11, which is called the Treasure Hunt at the Louvre. And we have one which is called the Louvre Mystery for teenagers, and I would say from 10, 11 years old to any age, because anyway, then you can skip the booklets if you have young adults, and try to have a great discussion with the guide. They are there to engage anybody. So, but the Louvre Mystery is a little bit more complex. You can have some formulas or these kind of things than the one for the young ones, and you will discover the 9 masterpieces of the different departments. They will not go to the Egyptian part. That's maybe something that we will develop. We may develop a tour dedicated to this part. It's too big. So this is the biggest museum in the world, so we had to make some selection. And but yeah, it's a good opportunity, and you can even add 1 hour with the guide just to discover the gardens, the Tuiles Gardens, and the pyramid outside, just to have some conversation if you are not satisfied enough by the discovery of the Louvre. Another great experience is this private Seine River cruise. We are working with people that we consider being craftsmen. Yes, the English word is good. They select their boats that are very old. They renovate them. They are the ones doing everything. They even make the tour themselves. So they have maybe 2, 3 boats only, and they are really unique. And you can have a great experience discovering all the highlights all along the Seine River with them. And you can, what we recommend maybe for teenagers or for adults only, to have the tour during the evening. You can have an extra fee for that. But just imagine a sunset in Paris and enjoying the Seine River cruise like this. I can tell you that the feedbacks are usually terrific after that. So yeah, it's a really great and unique way to discover the city. Also cooking class in Paris, making your own bread and croissant. Again, this is one for the young ones because it's quite easy, but we have baking, we have cooking schools, cooking classes for also making your own macaron, and I would recommend that for more than 10 years old because it's a little bit more technical. You can make your own dinner with a private chef. So that would be for also teenagers or young adults. So different opportunities to cook in France, your own French, your own French plate or meal or whatever. So many possibilities, and you always enjoy what you have created. That's the purpose, obviously. Otherwise, you will get a lot of frustration from the kids. The last one in Paris, this is in the left bank, and it's really dedicated to teenagers, this one. It's Cracking the Da Vinci Code tour. And in this case, we have set up a kind of escape game. So you have to imagine you have, I have it, by the way, just here. The booklet is like this, in leather. This is a leather book. and you have the game with this very nice format. It's just like not like a usual booklet, and there are several. It's quite complex, so they start in the Panthéon and they end at the Saint-Germain Church, going through the Luxembourg Gardens. So it's a great way to discover this really nice part of Paris. And all along, they will have to reply to some questions, some riddles. They even have to phone a specific, to dial a specific phone number, to learn, to listen to a formula. They will have to find the answer to the formula, which will be a code to open a box. So if you have followed what I've just said, I will ask you just to write it down in the chat, and I will check at the end. If you are just repeat what I've just said to see, so you will imagine, you will understand that it is quite complex. So it's really for teenagers, and it's yeah, a great introduction to this part. And then we can go to London, discovering London. I've selected 2 activities there. Again, you know, turning those highlights into great activities, experiences for the children. The Tower of London is unique. This is, and there is a huge potential. We can say so many things about the Tower of London. You know, it has been a fortress, it has been a prison, it has even been a zoo. So you learn all these different things. So there, the guys, they have so many stories held by the booklets to tell to the children. It's also, if the lines are too long for the crown jewels, because everybody wants to see the crown jewels, what we do is that we keep that for the end, and then we immediately go to the White Tower to visit the White Tower, and then the guide will leave the family. They will be inside. So anyway, they will have the tickets. They will be inside. So they will leave the family just queuing and to see the crown jewels at the end. Because anyway, it's very quick because you cannot stay in front during a long time. So if it's too crowded, we adapt also to make it comfortable for the family and to have some quality time all together. And then to finish in London, I selected this enchanting world of wizardry. As you may have understood, it's linked to Harry Potter. So you start with the, before saying where we start, just to say that it's linked to the iconic places related to the movies of Harry Potter. And but it starts at the platform 934, where you have skip the line tickets to take your family picture, you know, with the wall that you enter with the languages that Harry is when you enter the wall. Right, you know what it is. You can have some time in the shop just nearby. And then you start the tour with a private guide, and it's a kind of sightseeing. You stop in 4 or 5 different stops, so you are able to go out, take some pictures. So you go to St. Pancras Renaissance Hotel, the British Library, the London Zoo, and also Piccadilly Circus and Trafalgar Square. And then at the end, after 2 hours, so you have discovered all these places. And at the end, you finish at the Leadenhall Market. And you discover Marcus. Marcus, who is on the right here in the picture. Marcus is a magician, and in this private part of a pub, you enjoy magic with Marcus. And Marcus is really unique. He has a fantastic personality. He's used to make a show to children in general, and yeah, he's really incredible. So you will learn magic tricks, all this kind of thing during an hour, enjoying a drink or a snack or something in the pub. So yeah, it's a really great activity. So a good combination that we have designed. And to finish, now we go to the Netherlands in Amsterdam. So we have many different activities there. So like, visiting the Van Gogh Museum or the Rijksmuseum, you can make your own cheese, or you can discover the canals with us. So different experiences, but I have selected this one, cycling in Holland, because cycling, in Holland is a tradition. I think you have maybe two bicycles per habitant in Holland, so it's part of their life. And you can be a Dutch for 3 hours and discovering some parts of Holland, because the meeting point of this tour is very convenient and easy to find, because it's in the south of Amsterdam. So it's not far away from the city center, but it's far enough to enjoy with the private guide really a great cycling in the countryside. So you will follow the Amstel River, and you will even cross the river on a small boat with your bike, and then you can enjoy a picnic snack on the grass. You will discover the wine mill that you can see in the picture here. So yeah, great introduction to Holland, to the Netherlands with a private guide and your bicycle. So I think I've done all the different experiences that I wanted to show. It's really a pleasure. So I leave it to you now, Julie, and Rhonda, to let me know if there are any questions. And just to tell you that we are so happy to learn that the borders are opening up. There are so many good news since several weeks, and we are more than happy to welcome the families again. So we start to have one already now. And obviously 2022 will be, the full resume of travel, and a great way, to great opportunity to discover Europe again for the families.
Absolutely. Especially, I think, for those families who've been home and doing some homeschooling and then trying to keep their kids entertained. Just such a nice way to, get outside of your house and of our culture and actually experience part of Europe. So that was fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll see if anyone has any questions. I know that you have over 200 experiences, so it's really hard to, we didn't have time to talk about all of them, but I'm just curious in Vienna, if you wouldn't mind just giving like a couple examples of some of the activities.
Yes. In Vienna, what I like, we have a workshop which is learning how to dance the waltz, for instance. So you just imagine the flamenco, but it's more like the same with the waltz. A good one is the walking tour. Also in Vienna, we usually have walking tours in all our cities, because a walking tour, it's especially in those cities we are not that big, and when the cultural highlights are very close to each other's, and the booklet, it's a good way to get the feeling of the city and to see the different architectures, the cultures, and all this kind of things. And we have a tour which is one linked to Mozart and the famous composers linked obviously to the place. And so it starts at the cathedral, and then you follow where they were living, all these composers, and where you just discovered that they were really interacting each other's together. They were corresponding and so on. So with the guide, you learn about all those amazing things. And it ends at the music museum, where you can do some really interactive things, and then we can leave the family on their own in the museum, because they just can have different experiences that are organized by the museums. They don't really need the guide, but it can end there, and they can enjoy the discovery of music also in this place.
That's wonderful. I love that. Yeah, it's so nice. It's one thing to just walk and to see places, but to actually, these hands-on experiences, it feels just like you said, like it really connects you to a place, and I think creates more of those memories. So that's just wonderful. Rhonda, did you have any questions? I don't see we don't have any questions right now. So you just did such a great job of explaining all the different activities possible. But yeah, Rhonda, did you have anything to add? Or
no, you did an amazing job. Like Julie said, it really gave us a really good sense of what the opportunities are, when traveling with our little ones, and just to kind of integrate them into, a little bit of the culture and the experience. It was so great. Yeah, I didn't have any questions at all.
No.
Thank you. I just want to specify that for us, it's important to let the family understand that they don't have to wait their children to be 10 or 12 years old to travel. They usually do that. And with us, you can start by 5 and 6 and to try to discover something, and they will remember, because usually I will wait 10 years old because they will not remember. Mm-hmm. But if you are letting them involved in the choices of the activities, even in the hotel also, if you let them be involved in all the different experiences, then remember, and they will tell you all along their life. So don't wait. Please make sure to travel to Europe whenever you can with the families, with the kids. And so everything is customizable. So we have a catalog, but we are specialized in luxury travel. So we adapt to the different needs. So everything is private. So it's very easy for us to customize the tour for disabilities also. We also had families with children with autistic syndromes or or any handicap. We are there to adapt and to provide something comfortable for any family, any member of the family. Even multi-generational families. Sometimes we have parents. They even have chairs, so we make sure that they have tools possible for them, and they can even have a rest somewhere while the other part of the family is doing something else. So customization, flexibility are the keywords.
Yeah, that's just awesome. Thank you so much. I feel so proud to be able to be connected to a company like yours and to be able to provide these to our clients, because you don't know what you don't know, right? So I think that, a lot of people don't know that these things are possible. So thank you again so much for your time, and we can't wait to send Canadians back over your way, and hopefully soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Enjoy your evening. Thank you again so much for the presentation. Thank you everyone for joining us today, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes,
thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, Dad.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Au
Bye,
revoir.
everybody. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.